Around the World in 80 Days. Chapter 5. The Suez. Phileas Fogg and his 80 days adventure was soon overshadowed by other events. A report appeared describing the gentleman robber who had stolen the £55,000, and the newspaper were caught up once again with the details of the robbery. The police were looking for suspects all over Europe. One agent in the West Manhunt was a short, slightly built man with a nervous, intelligent face and bright eyes. Detective Fix had been sent to Suez to watch every person who arrived there. His instructions were to investigate any suspicious characters and certainly anyone who resembled the thief. Fix stood on the dock, looking out at water. His eyebrows twitched non-stop, which was always a sign of his impatience. "Excuse me," Fix called to a sailor. "Can you tell me if the Mongolia is expected on time?" "It's a very punctual ship, it is," replied the sailor. "It has one word for its speed." Fix felt that he had a good sense of spotting criminals. He had arrested plenty in his time. If the thief were on board the Mongolia, he wouldn't sneak past Fix. What a magnificent robbery it was, Fix thought. £55,000, and by a man who resembled an honest gentleman. Extraordinary. Thieves are getting to be bold nowadays, but then those fellows never have rascally faces, or they would be arrested immediately. No, I'm sure this thief looks honest, and I'm going to find him. The Mongolia was stopping in Suez for only a few hours to refuel, so Fix did not have a lot of time to spot his man. Fix took his position, and when the ship arrived and passengers disembarked, he carefully examined every face that passed. One of the passengers vigorously pushed his way through the crowd and came right to Fix. The stranger held a passport, explaining that he wished to have it stamped, and asked direction to the British consulate. Fix instinctively took the passport and read the description of his owner. His eyebrows lifted in surprise. The description perfectly matched the bank thief. "Is this your passport?" asked Fix. The stranger was Passepartout, and the passport in his hand belonged to Phileas Fogg. "No, it's my master's," replied Passepartout. "And where is your master now?" asked Fix. "He stayed on board," said Passepartout. "He must go to the consul's office in person," said Fix. "And where is the consulate?" "My master won't be pleased to be disturbed," replied Passepartout, frowning. "The consulate is not far. Have you and your master been to Suez before?" asked Fix, hoping for more information about the owner of the passport. "I have not," said Passepartout, "and I do not expect to see much of it. In fact, I expected my master to stop in Paris to see the sight, but all I saw of that city was seen as we rushed from one train station to another." "You are in a great hurry, then?" asked Fix, growing more curious. "I am not, but my master is," said Passepartout. By the way, I must buy some shorts and shoes. We were in such a rush. We left with only a carpet bag." "But where is your master going?" asked Fix. "He is going around the world in 80 days," said Passepartout. "He says it's a wager, but between you and me, I don't believe a word of it. I think he has another reason for the trip." "Ah, Mr. Fogg is a character, is he? Is he rich?" asked Fix as his eye lit up. "No doubt," replied Passepartout. He is carrying an enormous sum of brand new banknotes with him. And have you known your master long? Asked Fix, his voice filled with excitement. Why no, I entered his service the same day we left London. I will fetch him now and bring him to the consulate, Passepartout said. Passepartout's word had deeply intrigued the detective. Mr. Fogg had departed hastily from London quite soon after the robbery, and the large sum of banknotes he carried was unusual, as was his peculiar eagerness to reach distant countries. All of it Fick's theory of the robber. Fix rapidly made his way to the British consulate. He was sure there would be a large reward for capturing such a bold criminal. The detective burst into the consul's office and exclaimed, "Consul, there's a thief on board the Mongolia. He will be here any moment. You must detain him." Passepartout's guidebook. The race against time was on. We still had a long way to go, but luckily the Suez Canal had opened in 1869. The Suez Canal was the fastest way to go from Europe to India and Asia. Before it was built, goods had to be unloaded from ships and carried overland. Otherwise, ships had to sail around all over Africa, and that was a rough and dangerous journey. I'm glad we didn't go that way. The Suez Canal is located in Egypt and linked its Mediterranean Sea to the Red Sea. People think that the ancient Egyptians first built the canal there nearly 4,000 years ago. Since then, the canal had been destroyed, rebuilt, and destroyed again. Finally, proper construction began in 1859, and the canal was completed in 1869. It is 101 miles long and was about 984 feet wide at its narrowest point. Over 1.5 million people were forced to walk out on the canal, mostly by hand. Would you like to dig a canal by hand? I certainly wouldn't.